Many dreams stall out long before they reach reality because the daily routine supporting them lacks the necessary strength. It is common to chase the feeling of success while avoiding the repetitive, often boring discipline that actually builds it. We want the confidence of a professional without the hours of practice. We want the rewards of a better life, but we often disappear the moment the work becomes tedious or lonely. Lucas spent his nights at a major railway station in Portugal, living the reality of a week routine. During the day, the terminal was a vibrant hub of coffee cups and rushing travelers. But after the clock struck midnight, the station became a cold, desolate hall where Lucas began his shift. He scrubbed floors, collected discarded tickets, and cleaned the benches where travelers had slept. His hands were rough from chemicals and cold water, and his uniform was faded. Despite the physical intensity of his labor, his life felt like it was going nowhere. For years, Lucas had fallen into a cycle of working, sleeping, and silently complaining. This exhausting repetition created a false sense of productivity that actually masked a total lack of intentional growth. One rainy winter night, Lucas helped an old woman named Elena lift a heavy box of books into her small station bookstore. Elena, nearly 70, noticed the weight of his exhaustion immediately. When Lucas told her that books were only for people with extra time, Elena argued that mental expansion is a survival tool. She believed a mind needs to escape its surroundings long before the physical life has a chance to change. She gave him a small blue-covered book with yellowed pages. She refused his money, asking instead that he pay with consistency. He was to read for exactly 1 focused hour every single day. Lucas was skeptical that 60 minutes could fix his circumstances. Elena explained it through the mechanics of the railway. A train never reaches a distant country in a single jump. It reaches the destination by hitting every station in between, one by one. Large-scale life transformations work the same way. They are the cumulative result of small sequential movements forward. The first weeks were a struggle of pure friction. Lucas was operating on minimal sleep, and his English was so weak that he often had to read the same paragraph 5 times just to grasp a single idea. Every morning, before he let himself sleep, he gave 1 hour to his future. He wrote new words in a small notebook, listened to English audio on an old phone, and practiced speaking quietly to the walls of his rented room. His coworkers at the station mocked him. They laughed at his notebook and joked that a cleaner was trying to act like a businessman. To them, the books were a waste of time that wouldn't pay the rent. Lucas stayed silent because he realized something about the people around him. Those who waste their own time are often the most offended by those who protect theirs. Personal growth is an internal process in its early stages. It requires you to prioritize your own development, even when your environment offers no encouragement. The payoff for his consistency arrived when a Canadian tourist lost her wallet at the station. She was panicking, her train was departing soon, and she couldn't find anyone who understood her. Because Lucas had spent a year practicing his English daily, he was able to communicate clearly. He calmed her down, searched the platforms methodically, and found the wallet under a bench. The tourist's simple compliment, telling Lucas his English was excellent, gave him more fuel than any paycheck. It was the first tangible evidence that his 1 hour was working. With Elena's guidance, Lucas began to stack his skills, helping tourists translate signs and navigate train routes. He kept his cleaning job for stability while studying business and communication. Over 2 years, he locked these abilities together, building a foundation for a different life. Stacking these modest skills allowed Lucas to eventually stop cleaning the station and start operating a business within it. Lucas eventually opened a small coffee and information kiosk in the terminal. It was a friendly place where travelers could get help in English while charging their phones. The commuters who once looked past him now stood in line for his coffee. Even the workers who had mocked his notebooks now came to him when they needed help translating a traveler's request. Lucas didn't let the success make him arrogant. He made a point of remembering the cold floors, the chemical smells, and the nights when he was invisible. Lasting success uses the memory of the struggle as an anchor for humility. He didn't forget where he started. He used it to stay focused. One evening, Lucas saw a young cleaner named Marco sitting on a platform, looking as stuck and hopeless as Lucas had once been. Lucas sat with him and asked a direct question. How much time was Marco giving every day to the person he wanted to become? Marco admitted he spent his free time complaining or scrolling through his phone. He was giving his best hours to his frustrations instead of his future. Lucas handed Marco the same blue book Elena had given him. He explained that 1 hour of daily study doesn't change a bank account overnight, but it shifts the identity of the person living the life. When the person changes, the reality eventually follows. Your future is built on the small promises you keep when nobody is watching. It is found in the hour spent studying after a long shift, the decision to practice even when progress is slow, and the discipline to continue when others choose to make excuses.